Hello, hello everyone. So it's the end of the month, which means there should be a couple of layout shares going on around YouTube for how to kill a kit with style. So, I completed 4 layouts with my kit, which wasn't really a kit. If you remember correctly, it was just like a stack of loose paper. And I'll be honest, I have been slightly disappointed with how much I've been able to get done with each of these kits. But simultaneously, I have learned a ton about how I scrapbook and what gets me creating and how I create and what I pull first. And I've also learned a lot about how I organize my stuff and where I put things. So that's a positive. And I think that for October, I've come up with a great idea. A good kit and a good plan of attack to work through my stash, because it's not that I'm not creating, right? So if you go back into my channel, it's not that I'm not creating. I create tons. I create a little bit every day, and I create a lot. But I find myself not going for my Kill a Kit, which is right here on my desk, right? So what is wrong with the products I'm pulling? What can I do to make that better? And so I've kind of been looking at how I scrapbook and how I create and what I do, and I have a plan that I'm hoping will work well for me in October. So be sure to I just had a fly in my face. Make sure to watch both this video and then my kit share video too. So I've got 4 layouts done this month, and all 4 have process videos. So I'm showing you this one right in the book because I put this right into my youngest son's album, and his album is a very old Creative Memories album. It's like the old style, like the old style ones. And I think that 3rd and 4th grade will be the last 2 school years that end up in this album, and then I'll switch him over to an 8.5 by 11 until his senior year. So I completed this one using the paper that I had from that stack. This was the school paper, Too Cool for School from Jelly Bean Soup, and then the sequins. And this is based off of a sketch from Stick It Down. And Spiegel Mom Scraps was hosting and sponsoring the challenges from the Stick It Down blog, so you can head over there to see all of the inspiration and things. I think it ends tonight, so if you're watching this in the morning, maybe you can head over to the website and play along. I don't know. But so that was my first 12 by 12 layout. And then I did 3.5 by 11, and this one is again going to be my brain just like totally dead, just blank, totally. I just drew blank. Because what I was thinking was that since I only have these 3 layouts, I'm going to pull my new kit and show it to you, and we're going to do it all in one video instead of 2. Yes. Okay. I think that sounds good. So anyway, this was, there's a process video for this one. This was for Christina Sorge. She put together a School Memories YouTube hop. Lots of hexagons, text print paper, which was from that stack of paper. Then I have this one, which uses the vellum that was part of my How to Kill a Kit, and this gingham paper from Lawn Fawn, that was from my How to Kill a Kit, and there's a video for this one as well. And then this was the last one that I did, and it uses some of the acetate and some of the bits and pieces of things that were hanging around on my desk. It features a mixed media background, and there is a process video for this one as well. So those are the 4 layouts that I was able to do with my stack of paper. And as you can see, my stack of paper is still here. It is slightly smaller. And I also pulled a couple sheets of it out to add to my kit for, or my grouping of products I pulled for October. So let's get into that grouping of products. And let me tell you what my thought process was with regard to what products I pulled, okay? So I have two major problems in my scrapbooking room. One, space is limited. My scrapbooking room is very small. It actually isn't a room. It's part of a larger space that is where my kids do school and my husband does stuff for his business, and the room is large. It was initially the formal dining room in my home, but I live in a house that was built 100 years ago. So the way we use rooms is very different from the way they used rooms in 1920. So the room that would have been the large formal dining room is now kind of like our family room / office / library / craft room / school room. And we have another more cozy dining room. So that's my first problem. My first problem is storage. I don't have a lot of storage. My second problem is I love to shop. Don't get me started. I'm a shopper. I'm an enabler, and I'm a shopper. And it's not just you guys that I enable. I enable myself too. It's crazy. So crazy. Okay, so let's start with my kit and how I went about pulling products and choosing products and going through products for my kit so that I actually can use it. And I don't have it sitting on my desk while simultaneously I'm going through my stash and my pictures and pulling stuff from other places, right? Because that's going to waste time. And at the end of the month, when it's time for me to put this kit away and get a new kit out, I'm not irritated with myself because I'm putting more stuff back into my stash, right? Okay, so let's start with the fact that I love to shop. So this month, Ulta came out with a whole new washi tape release, and it's gorgeous, and it's amazing, and I love every single one of those washi tapes. They're large, they're big, but here's the thing. I don't have $160 to buy all of the gorgeous washi tapes. And the more that I thought about it, the more I realized that the last time they came out with washi tapes, I kind of bought 2 whole rolls of them that I haven't even touched or used. So I would very much like to use a goodly portion of each of these washi tapes. So I have this one, which is like a watercolor-y color. And look at this color, like it's perfect for fall. Super pretty. So I have that nice large washi tape. And then I have this one. And when I bought this, I adored it. I still adore them. I think they're gorgeous. So let's get them out and use them. So my plan is to go ahead and use these wide washi tapes. And then at the end of October, if I've used them well, maybe I'll treat myself to one of the new floral ones. That's crazy, right? But it's so true. I need to do stuff like this because these washi rolls are not huge. They're not, gigantic washi rolls. And here I am like oogling the new ones. And I've got these 2, which are gorgeous, that I purchased. And these washi rolls aren't cheap. And I still haven't, I've used each of them like once. So let's use them up, right? So these 2 washi tapes, part of my kit for this month. The next thing that I was thinking about was my design teams. So of course, I'm on a couple of design teams, and some of them send me product, and some of them send me some product, and some of them send me no product. So I thought to myself, what can I pull from my design team product for the month of October that I can add to my kit, that when I'm going to go to grab things to work on projects for that design team, I have those products. So one of my first design teams is Paper House Productions, right? So I know that I'm going to have one fall themed project due with Paper House Productions. And I know that that I'm going to be coming up. I'm going to have that coming up. So my thought is that I pulled all of my fall themed products from Paper House Productions, and I'll tell you right now, this is not a ton of products. I don't have a lot of fall stuff to work with. So I have these papers, which are double-sided. I love this one. So pretty. I love this one too. Super cute. And the back is a cut-apart sheet. And I have this one. And the back has these signs. Okay, so I have those 4 papers. And then I have this set of 3D stickers. They're layered, super cute. I have these Japanese rice papers that have the gold, like the foiling on them. And actually, I have already used an entire package of these. This is the second package I have to use. So, adorable, stinking adorable puffy pumpkins. Say that 3 times fast. Puffy pumpkins. And the little leaves. And then I have this set of cardstock stickers. I also have from them a journey book. This is a stitched, their journey books are stitched so they can get nice and chunky. And I know that I am almost finished with one of my Glimpses of Nature Traveler's Notebooks, and I need to start another one. So I've decided this will be my next one that I'm going to start. And so my plan is to create my design team project, the one that I haven't completed yet that I need to complete, and then let's use up the rest of these products, right? So we're going to do that. So there'll be a couple extra. So that's one design team. Next, my amazing friend Hannah Lemieux is starting a fall mini album class with click kits. Ooh, I'm going to smack this. And I purchased the class kit, and I'm going to be using a Traveler's Notebook as my album to do the lessons. There's a lot of mixed media in this class, so I have a Traveler's Notebook from Scrapping Wonders that has mixed media paper in it, and these are stitched as well, so I can make this nice and chunky, and I can paint and play in this album because it has mixed media paper. And this cover I thought went really well with the Simple Stories Forever Fall Kit. Am I going to use all of this collection for this one album as I work through the class? No, and that's okay, because I'll have the extras, and maybe I can kill all of this, right? The other design team that I have going next month is the Crafty Maven. I'm going to do 2 videos on the Crafty Maven, and I know that the inspiration piece on the Crafty Maven next month is fall themed. So that means that anything left over from this one design team project I have, anything left over from doing this fall mini album class with Hannah can be used for both of my Crafty Maven design team assignments, or anything else I feel like I want to do that is fall themed. So we're going to take these and put them in my IKEA organizer. And we're good. Next design team is Spiegel Mom Scraps, right? Okay. So I get very overwhelmed very quickly because of all the gorgeousness from Spiegel Mom Scraps. I do. So many amazing sequins, and I want to use them all, and I want to use them immediately. Another thing is, during the month of October, Spiegel Mom Scraps is doing a card drive. So we are collecting thinking of you cards, thank you cards, just because cards, cards, and you can find all the information about that card drive over on the Spiegel Mom Scraps website. But one of the cards, one of the places we are donating the cards to give to the residents at the nursing home is the nursing home that is very, very dear to my heart. It is the nursing home that took care of my stepdad during the last couple of months of his life, and it is the same place that is currently caring for my mother-in-law. So I have kind of a very much vested interest in making sure that they get lots of thinking of you cards and thank you cards and just beautiful cards that they can give to the residents. So knowing that ahead of time, I know that I'm going to be making lots and lots of cards during the month of October. And I have also my normal design team activities for the month of October. So I'm going to show you the sequins I chose to use. And again, because I keep getting overwhelmed by the amount of sequins that I can play with and all the different color options, I am limiting my sequin choices in October to these sequins. That will just make my life, it will help, right? Okay, so this is called Elegant Winter. And you can see all the beautifulness. Now, some of these are brand new. They would have been released. They might actually be being released tomorrow. So, this is called My Happy Heart, and it has little wood veneer hearts in it. Super pretty. This one's called Ride the Tide. This one is not a new one, but I love those teals. This one's called Blooming Creativity. I think this is a new one. I also know that Jody loves me, and she won't mind if I show you the new ones slightly early. Shh. This is not a new one. This is Metallic Mess. This is Sugar Maple, and I grabbed this one specifically because, remember, I have all of those fall things going on, right? So, we have that. Sparkly Effervescence, because they're my favorite things in the history of ever. And this one is called, this one is so cool looking. Okay. This is called Hexafrost, which is super cool too. Okay, so there we go. 7 sequin mixes. That should be plenty of sequins for lots of projects all month of October long. So I took a look at what I had here. What colors did I have here? What kind of style layouts do I have here that I know I want to make? And with that in mind, so thinking about those sequins, number one. Number two, the fact that I know I'm going to make cards. I know I want to make cards. And number three, the fact that I know my click kit, which is not here yet, and when it does get here, I'll do an unboxing of it. My click kit is based off of the Auburn Lane line from Pink Paisley, so more deep, rich fall colors. I decided that for my kit from my stash, some things I want to pull from my stash, I want those things to be not fall themed. I want bright, I want pinks and whites and teals and something completely opposite of what you would get for fall, because I have a lot of fall supplies, a lot of fall colors, and what if I get bored with them? Okay, so with that in mind, what I did was I pulled some things from my stash that are totally on the opposite end of the spectrum as fall, but then I chose a few things that will coordinate and that will coordinate with my Simple Stories products, that will coordinate with my Paper House Production products, that will coordinate with my click kit that's on the way. And so that's where we went. Okay, so let me start with a couple of the fall embellishments. This is an alphabet from Pink Fur Studios called A Case of a Blah. A Case of the Blahs. This is the puffy alphabet stickers. These are brand new. I have not used them yet. And they are Amy Tangerine's faux leather bows from Shine On. And I decided to pop these in there because they're brand new and I haven't used them yet. And how fun are those? 2 word sheets. One is, they're both Pink Fur Studio. One is from the Feels Like Fall collection pack. The other one is from the Savannah Dreams collection pack. So lots of little phrases that I can use for different things. These Cork Autumn stickers from Freckled Fawn. I kept those out to go with my kits and all of my fall themed stuff. And this is actually the packaging from the Golden Days paper clips that came in my click kit last month. But look at that background. I really feel like I can do something amazing with this. So I'm going to keep it and reuse it. So the next thing I have here is I pulled out a collection of Cocoa Vanilla Studios like offcuts. I have a very, very good friend, and she's fairly popular, so I'm not going to name names and make everybody jealous. But I am good friends with someone who is on the Cocoa Vanilla Studios design team, and she knows my adoration for Cocoa Vanilla Studios. So she sent me some goodies. She had sent me some goodies from all different collections and that she wasn't going to use anymore. And then I used some of it, but I still have just random stuff. But I'm making cards this month. Remember? Lots of cards this month. So this will be perfect. And there's enough stuff here I can get a few layouts out of it too. But primarily my thought was that these would make really great cards. So these two little pieces here are just some loose chipboard and some loose bits and pieces. And then I have more loose chipboard. And then see, I have things that are like cut apart sheets and different kinds of sayings and just lots of scraps. And I adore my Cocoa Vanilla. You guys have no idea how much I adore my Cocoa Vanilla. So I'm not throwing any of this away. I'm not even throwing the chipboard away because I want to use it all because I love it. Little flowers, lots of little pieces. So these would be perfect for the cards that I'm going to be making coming up. And then I have some puffy shapes. This is from Love Always. Puffy shapes, little sticker sheets. I have more of these papers that are kind of cut down into 4x6. Cut apart sheets, like so much of this stuff. This is an entire die cut package. I think this was a cut apart that I cut apart, but this is from a really older Cocoa Vanilla collection. So I still have that I can use. Lots of chipboard, lots of die cuts, lots of stickers. So I decided that we're going to get all of this out. And notice these colors are diametrically opposed to fall, which I did on purpose. I needed to have that break from the fall because I know myself and I know that I get bored. And so we will see how this works. When it came to full-size papers, I really just had these two kind of larger chunks. And then this one full sheet from Love Always. And see, this has been in my stash so long that it starts to get like bent up. So, and this is my beloved Cocoa Vanilla. So we're going to use that. Then this is a background that I did for a Facebook Live in the Rediscover Your Stash Facebook group. And this is all using phrase stamps, but I never used the background. So I'm going to use it. And I think that if I pair it with some of these products, that it will work beautifully. And then from that big stack of paper that I had last month that I, kind of went back and forth about and didn't use, I pulled these 3 sheets because, again, I felt like they went with some of these brighter patterns and some of the brighter, and this die cut sheet that came with this kit, that was in this Cocoa Vanilla kit. So that's going to help me stretch the paper and use some from my stash. And then I also pulled in these 2 scraps as well. And that's going to give me the bulk of my paper. But again, I'm making cards, so I don't want a ton of big sheets of paper. I want to use up the scraps for sure. Okay. I'm sorry if this video is getting long-winded. I hope you guys don't mind a really long video today. So the next thing is, these are brand new rub-ons, and I love them. And they have the fall colors, and they're beautiful. And again, I just think that they will make a really nice, these are from Jane Davenport, and so I'm excited to kind of use those. The colors go, and I think that they'll be fun to play with. Then, I have too many cut files, you guys. Tons and tons of cut files. So once a month, I sit down and I binge cut gobs of cut files onto white cardstock. And then I put them in an iris container and I put them up, away, and I don't touch them. So I made myself pull out cut files. Okay? So I'm going to show you here all the cut flowers. And again, I have all these scraps. I can back a cut file and they're cut. They're ready to go. I just have to use them. So I'm just going to show you here all these cut flowers. I chose to go with flowers. A lot of flowers, again, because I knew that I was using a lot of fall products this month. And I want to make sure that I have enough of my florals that I adore that I can back with those cocoa vanilla papers when I get really tired of fall, because I will. I'll need something bright and pretty. And then this is the wreath. And a lot of these are cut to fit on 8.5 by 11 paper. And then this one is one from Click Kits, and I actually used the pieces that cut out from this, but I really love this, and I think that this would be gorgeous with fall paper from my new Click Kit with the Auburn Lane that's coming. And then the other thing I have here is, again, I have some of Auburn Lane in my stash already, and so I had cut this piece and also this autumn. And since my Click Kit that's coming, it might even have this paper in it, but it has this line in it. I decided that I would put this in my kit to use with my Click Kit, already cut, already ready to go. Both of these. See what I mean? Okay, so then I pulled some things, some scraps and some bits and pieces that were kind of part of last month's kit, kind of part of that random pack of paper, but these things have a really good fall feel to them, so I think that they'll coordinate with some of these fall things I have pulled, some fall lines. And again, making cards, right? So we want some stash. We want some card making things. So I have these letter stickers. I don't have I want to use them because I love them, and I really, really, really want to use them. So I really want to get some more titles out of them. And then this is those washi sheets that I didn't touch at all. So let's get them used up, right? The next thing that you'll find here is pocket page. Why? Why is there a pocket page? Because I want to create a pocket page this month. I have the photos, I know what I want to do, and I don't want to forget about it, and I want to make sure it gets done, whether I do a video or not. So we're putting the pocket page into my kit. The other thing is that I have one more layout to do for school for my youngest son, and then his 3rd grade year is done. One more layout. So I pulled this acetate sheet, and I grabbed these pieces from last month's, from that Too Cool for School from Jelly Bean Soup. And then I found this random little wood veneer hanging around my desk, and I decided we're going to use that too. And so I want to do one school layout, one more. And I am hoping that by doing my kit this way and thinking ahead to my design team projects and all of those types of things, that it will help me to actually not spend time in my craft room searching for things. Because, oops, I pulled a kit that's all Cocoa Vanilla Studio and pink and teal, but the Crafting Maven Getaways mood board is awful. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to think about my design teams, think about what videos I had coming up, and what I really wanted to have handy. And that includes pictures. So I also have pulled all the pictures that I want to scrapbook this month. I have them kind of put in if anything special about them, like if they need to be a certain size for an album, if they need to be a certain product, anything. I wrote any ideas I had for those photos onto these little pieces of paper. And that's it. I think I'm organized for this month. I think we'll be good. And I'm hoping that when I do my layout share at the end of October, I have a nice stack of stuff to show you. Wouldn't that be awesome? All right. You guys have a fabulous day. Thank you so much for getting through this entire video with me. And I will see you all again soon. Bye.